good thing is that the whole process allows for participation of all the countries. And if we don't put into it, then it won't be the fault of the synod. I mean, all of us should be more active to contribute to that. Now, a common problem would be like divorce and remarriage. That is a problem for us in a different way. Now, in a country, I'm talking about Pakistan, where the literacy rate is about 50%, maybe a little more than 50%. The simple Christians, they know they are Christian. But then you get a number of self-proclaimed pastors or evangelists, or preachers. They give a nice name, the Apostolic Church, New Apostolic Church, or Pentecostal Church, Church of Jesus Christ. So the simple people are confused with all these different titles. They know they're Christian. But then, we have something else. Our government recognizes a Christian marriage as a legal marriage. We do not have to have a civil marriage. Our church registers our official documents. So if a Catholic wants to leave his wife, or the wife wants to leave her husband, it is possible and it happens. You just move to another city and you get one of these small pastors. You pay him some money and he doesn't know whether you're married. He won't ask whether you're married or not. You can have your second marriage. It's all very legal. Now that unfortunately is, it happens. It is happening. That would be one sort of difficulty for us, which you would not face in the West. This is something that needs study. It is a theology we have developed, where we have put the ideal, a very high ideal, that marriage, you've got to be faithful to the end. And it's not possible always for a human being to live up to that ideal. The same could apply for the rule of celibacy for priests. Yes, you can get dispensation for celibacy, but it's more difficult to get a nullity for marriage. So it's something that really needs a lot of study. There are other Christian churches, there are old Christians, there's the Orthodox, there are other practices also. So I think this is something that needs to be, we must have a broader view of that. But basically, I think what is at issue is what Pope Francis is talking about, mercy, that Christ represents the love and mercy of God, not just fulfillment of laws that we have developed. No, I wouldn't see it as that kind of division, really. After the Vatican Council, if you just look back, and I'm old enough, I was ordained after the Vatican Council, at the time, just when the changes were coming. And I remember we had Cardinal Ottaviani, whose motto was semper idem, always the same, no change. And even in the liturgy, they said, no, the Mass must always be in Latin. And then finally, they reached a point, they said, only the canon of the Mass should be in Latin. But even that is gone. Or we had Bishop Lefebvre, who insisted that the Mass should be in Latin. Okay, so there will be tension, but I don't see it resulting in really a serious division. Therefore, I say, I think we've got to study it more and be clear what we're really doing. It should not create the impression that we're just throwing out some of our traditions which have been there for years, but it's looking at it in a new light, in a broader light, to understand and to help people with problems.